Hey guys, so you guys had a bunch of questions for me, and I guess this will be all the answers. There are a ton of questions. I have them all printed out down here, and I guess I'm gonna have to answer all these really quick for you guys. So I guess start from the back, start from like the earliest comments. And then I also had some like questions in messages and stuff too that I figured I would answer on the video. Okay, so hey bud, I'm a sub of yours and I have a bearded dragon. I live in Iowa. I'm in Arizona right now on vacation, taking home dirt and some plants and one cactus for my lizard, since Australia and Arizona for the most part are the same. Do you think this is okay, or will I harm my little guy? Honestly, probably not a great idea. The different bacteria and all the different little microbes and everything that you get in the wild are extremely different from continent to continent. It's really not the same. Arizona and Australia, as far as their climates go, are still pretty different. But the desert kind of thing going there, it's still, as far as maybe the heat and the humidity go, it's pretty close, but other than that, it's completely different places. And really taking any kind of live plants from the wild that you're not sure about are possibly not a great idea. And then the other thing you have to consider is that bearded dragons are omnivores, so they will eat plants. If you put live plants in a cage and you don't 100% know what they are, you don't know if they're 100% okay for the animal, and if they're not like completely cool, the animal eating them could kill them. And then you have to think that a lot of the more desert plants are more cactus succulent type plants, which are harder to keep in a cage with an animal that's gonna knock them around and stuff, and it's just probably not a great idea all around. I don't know. I'm not really a huge I don't really do the whole live succulents and stuff anyway. I've never done that in my cage. I've done more live tropical plants and stuff. It's easier to do, but I would probably never take dirt and plants from like the wild, especially like cross state lines and stuff, because they may have things that in Iowa you're not going to be able to treat, or they're not going to know about. Okay, how do you house your large snakes? Well, I right now really don't have any really large snakes. I have ones that will get pretty large, but then I guess people's definition of large is very different between person to person. Basically, I house them just like I would house any other snake, and I'm a little bit more careful about it. Big snakes can kill you. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're not smart about it, they can kill you. The odds aren't that good, and the odds aren't that good for somebody who's a little bit more experienced with them, but they could kill somebody, so I don't really, it's just housing them smartly, locking the cages, not letting them like free roam around the house all day long. There's absolutely nothing wrong with letting a snake free roam around your house for like a little bit while you're watching around and like with it and stuff. That's one thing, but people actually have their snakes like 20-foot Burmese pythons and stuff that just free roam around their house all like permanently. Like that's how they have them. I think that's a really stupid idea. But yeah, so yeah, I house them in large, appropriately sized cages. That's basically it. Do you play video games? If so, what do you play? I play Xbox 360 PlayStation 2. I don't have a PS3. I don't really have a reason to have one. I've got my Xbox. That's all I really need. I'm not like hardcore gamer or anything. Like I play for fun. I do play online. I have 2 gamer tags. One is X-Guitarist Forever X. Have it in the description or something. And then the other is just CavaJason. So if you guys want to add me, go for that. I play all sorts of different games, mostly like kind of Call of Duty, Halo, that kind of idea. Okay, what reptile group do you see yourself focusing on the most in the future? Ball pythons, geckos, egg. Well, I really don't like focus on. I don't consider myself like a breeder or anything, so I don't really focus on like a group. I don't really do that. That's not really how I go with the animals. They're my animals. They're really more pets than anything. That's I'm not really into the whole breeding scene. I don't really think I need to become a breeder. I kind of want to go other side of the spectrum, you know, helping wild animals and actually studying the animals, not making a bunch of captive animals, a bunch of different color combinations and stuff of them. I'm not saying that breeding is wrong or that I don't breed animals that I have. I'm just saying that's not what I'm planning on doing with my life. That's not what I'm planning on doing. As far as what I plan to breed, basically ball pythons are probably about the only thing I really plan on having as breeders. The Kenyan sand boas I'll probably breed, but for the most part I don't really plan on like heavily breeding any of the animals I have. I just kind of, if I decide to breed them and I have a pair or whatever, I will. Can you make an update on your blood? Yeah, it's in here. It's still a dick. I'm gonna grab a glove. It's not that big, really. Bloods have a really nasty problem with getting obese. It's a male, and it is a dick. Mine in particular is a dick. Alright, there you go. The blood python. Boom. You can see it's like musking right now. Trying not to get it to musk all over the papers and stuff. But yeah, that's the blood python. It's really not very big right now. I do feed it. I just feed it like every 2 weeks because I don't want it to get really fat. It definitely puts up with handling a lot more than it used to. Usually it would be striking all over the place. Right now it's not. It's kind of calmed down to the idea of being handled. But yeah, so we're going to put him back because he's probably just kind of... There you go. There's a nice strike for you. Got his mouth open. Trying to kill something if he can. Okay. The beauty of mean blood pythons, dude. Get back in. I get it, you don't like me. Stay in the cage. I got it. You don't like me at all, I know. Ooh. Alright. God, I hate this lock. It like doesn't lock half the time. Whatever. Close enough for right now. Okay, so that's the blood python. Alright. Do you think you will be getting any kind of monitor? Why or why not? Yes, I want an Argus monitor. I want tree monitors. I want a lace monitor. I want like trio of Ackies. I want a ton of different monitors. The odds of me getting one or all of them soon is not that likely. The odds of me getting a couple of those within the next couple months is pretty good chances. I might be actually putting tree monitors in the Cages by Design cage. Doubt it. Might happen. Probably not though. Odds are I'll just try and find some sort of other smaller kind of arboreal monitor to put in there or something else. But I plan on getting either an Argus or a lace monitor or potentially will be getting a sulfur monitor, but there's only one real sulfur monitor that I'm interested in. It's a female. It's at the East Bay Vivarium right now. For any of you that have seen that particular female sulfur monitor, is literally like lemon yellow and black. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is one of the nicest looking sulfur monitors I've ever seen. For those of you who don't know what sulfur monitor is, it is a morph of a water monitor, which it basically has a lot more yellow pigment and has a little bit different pattern. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. Okay, will you be gaining chameleons anytime? Can you do a care video on your Chinese water dragons? Have you donated money to organizations such as US Arc? And if so, why or why not? I want to get a chameleon eventually. I really want another panther chameleon. I love panther chameleons. They're one of my favorites. I've had them in the past, and I think they're too cool. As of right now, I don't have the ability to do it because I don't have the place to put the cage. But I plan on getting one eventually when I feel I can handle it. Can you do care video on your China water dragons? No, I do not do care videos, and I don't think that you can rely on an animal's care off of one video. I don't think that can happen. Go read a book, go do your research online, read care sheets, read as much as possible. Do not rely on videos. And have you donated money to US Arc? Yes, I have. I am a member of US Arc. I have the t-shirt, all the stuff. I have donated money. I have done all sorts of stuff. I've been part of the auctions that the money goes to the US Arc. I've done all that stuff. Yes, I do donate. Yes, I support them completely. What is the biggest snake you own, and have you considered gaining lizards? Because if you do have any, I don't remember seeing them. I don't know how you have missed that I have the water dragons. I don't know how you've missed that I have the leopard gecko. If you've been watching my channel for any significant amount of time, my water dragons are basically the highlight of my channel. I don't know how you could have possibly missed that. They're not in the reptile room. They're in my living room in the big Cages by Design cage that's, like 7 feet tall, 6 feet wide, and it's a big old cage. I'm not sure how you could have missed that. If you go back in my videos, you should be able to find it. And yes, I plan on getting more lizards soon, and the biggest snake I own as of right now is probably it's probably like tied between the lavender retic or I'm not sure. It's either lavender or purple. I can't really tell. I think it's either a really nice lavender or a kind of faded purple. It's probably a lavender, and then it was either between that and the male het albino boa. The het albino boa is probably a little bit bigger as of right now, but the retic's definitely going to get a lot bigger than it very quickly. When will you do another lizard vid? Soon, I guess. I don't know. Whenever I can get around to it. I'm leaving this weekend. I'm not going to be here for like a week, so... and then Cameron's up in the Bay, so we're probably going to be chilling, filming some videos for like Epic Exotics and stuff. And then we do have the Pomona show coming up too, so... Alright. Do you like anime? And if so, what's your fave? Anime. Alright, well... Anime as of right now? No. I do not watch any anime right now. I don't know what you consider anime. But, I don't know, like, old school, like Dragon Ball Z, all that stuff. So sick. I don't know what you guys think. Dragon Ball Z was legit. When I was like 8, Pokemon was the shit. And then, don't really consider this, anime, but I figured I'd throw this out there. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Show's absolutely amazing. I don't care. I can't believe that it's done, and they're apparently making like a new version where Aang's not like a part of it at all. And the movie blowed completely, but then again, Dragon Ball sucked too. I don't get how they can make Goku a white kid, and then they just failed on that altogether. Anime as of right now, though, not really into it. Do you sell any of your hatchling animals, and do you ship? Right now I have no hatchling animals. I am not a breeder. I don't like travel around. I don't go to all these shows. I just go to shows in California. I don't know, a lot of you seem to think that I travel all over the place and like come to all these shows. I go to shows in California and film them. Yeah, there's I mean, if I have hatchlings, trust me, you guys on YouTube will be the first people to know about it, and if I'm shipping or selling them, you guys will know, and I will let you guys deal with that accordingly, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Okay, one page down. Alright. Where are we at here? Damn it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have a small list. Okay, you do have a small list. What the heck is going on with that purple retic? It is right there. I'm not sure it's a purple. I think it's a lavender. I'm not positive. It's there. It's growing. It's eating. It's a female. It's alive. Just got cleaned yesterday. Gets fed tonight. Other than that, yeah, that's basically what's going on with it. How much is your damn light bill? Well, we live in like a 6,000 square foot house with 5 people that always have probably 3 to 4 computers on all the time. Have a lot of water running. Have everything. I mean, got a lot of electronics running all the time, and that includes the reptiles. And I think our electricity bill during the winter, including like heating and everything, is around $600. Are you going to start any breeding reptiles? If I feel like breeding the Kenyan sand boas next season, I might. The ball pythons, I'll probably start breeding soon. And when I have a chance, I want to breed the retics. And then I really want to get like a group of green tree pythons and emerald tree boas and stuff. But that's for later. But yeah, that's kind of my breeding thing. I was going to breed all the Kenyan sand boas this season, but my lung decided to pop on me right as I was about to start, so that didn't really happen. How fast do you cut your vids in iMovie? Well, I actually use a bunch of different programs. I use iMovie, I use Final Cut Pro, I use Premiere Pro, I use After Effects, I use Photoshop, I use all these different programs basically to edit my videos. And if I try really, really hard and actually try and make a video, like a movie status video, it will take me a little while. If I am just kind of sitting in front of the screen like I am now, talking, and just throw some quick edits and stuff, it usually will take me about 5-10 minutes. Alright, lastly, have you dated a female that is cool with your reptile hobby? Yes, I have. Most of the girls that I know are absolutely cool with it. They think snakes and everything are totally sick. It's actually most of the guys that I know that hate the reptiles. All my guy friends are scared to death of my animals, will not step foot in my reptile room. That is why you don't see them in my videos, because they hate them. And the girls all think it's cool. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. None of them really like them, and then, you know, the other half of the guys that I know don't care or don't even know that I keep reptiles, because it's not like I just go around like, hi, I'm Jason, I keep reptiles, how are you? No, it's not really how it goes down. But yes, I've dated plenty of people that are totally cool with reptiles. I actually found that girls are just as into it as guys are, and guys are just as afraid as girls are of reptiles. It's really, there's no real border between the sexes there. What reptiles you consider your best purchase, and are there any purchases you regret? I don't really consider my reptiles as purchases. I don't know. I guess there are a couple that I can consider that like are like some of my, like, I've always wanted them and then finally ended up getting them. One was the Brazilian rainbow boa, another was the green tree python, and probably yeah, probably, and then the Hypofalse water cobra were probably 3 of my just most exciting purchases. And then another that I consider one of my best purchases was the Sunfire retic, which I got in an auction, and all the money went toward US Arc. So yeah, I consider that one of my coolest purchases as well. And then, you know, I bought an albino berm too at the auction, but that was a long story. I didn't really know what happened. I was at a table and the guy sitting next to me told me to raise my hand. I didn't even know what we were bidding on. He's like, yeah dude, raise your hand. I was like, oh, alright. They're like, oh, going once, going twice, sold. I'm like, crap, what did I buy? And they bring over a female albino berm with a big old rodent bite in its back, and I was like, damn it, that sucks. And then I like ended up trading it to somebody to show for like a couple corn snakes I ended up getting rid of anyway. 'Cause I really don't like corn snakes. I don't know why, I just don't like them very much. Okay, and then that would be like a regretted purchase, I guess. And then my other regretted purchase isn't really a regretted purchase, but I just regret that I didn't know more about them when I bought them. And that would be the mole snakes. I bought the breeding pair of mole snakes. I got a fantastic deal on them, and I thought they were absolutely amazing when I bought them, but I honestly didn't know that much about them when I bought them. Now I know much more, and they're in much better hands than when I first had them. But originally I didn't know a whole ton about them when I bought them. Now things are good though. So I guess that's really the only like impulse buy that I didn't really know much about the animal before I bought it. What's the... Oh, who did you get your... Okay, never mind. That I must be dyslexic or something. I can't like go up this list right now. Okay. Okay, so there's a zombie apocalypse going on. What do you do? Tell me your foolproof plan, or your... I swear to God, I'm dyslexic. Your foolproof plan and how you will survive this catastrophe. LOL, I know this question isn't serious, but I always like asking people. Okay, my plan. I am going to buy as many monitors and as many retics, anacondas, berms as physically possible and train them to eat zombies. It's pretty much foolproof. I already have this window barred over there. I don't know why. It's just a crappy window. It doesn't like slide. I don't know why we have a window barred in this house. The odds of this house getting robbed are absolutely like slim to none, man. Security system, all the crap we still have bars on. Of course, the one room in the house we have bars in they give me is the reptile room. So shady. But yeah, I'm definitely taking those down pretty soon. But yeah, definitely training a bunch of reptiles to eat zombies and stuff. Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, who did you get your jaguar carpet python from? I got it from the East Bay Vivarium. I think they did a breeding product with somebody else. I'm not 100% sure who it was. I'm still like trying to figure it out. I haven't been to the East Bay Vivarium in a couple weeks, and I haven't had the chance to ask them. I know a bunch of people have asked me since I posted that video. So as soon as I can, I'll try and find that out for you guys. But that's where I got it at the East Bay Vivarium, and it was like the nicest one that they had. What's the best UVB light? I honestly don't know. I've always stuck with just kind of the appropriate like UVB strips, like just what I think they're like Zoom Ed. Just I've always stuck with that. I've never really used Power Suns or anything like that. I've always just kind of gone with what I've always used. I know there's a ton of stuff out now. I really haven't switched anything up too much. I just kind of, I guess I don't like change that much. I just kind of stick with what I have used all along. What's your most handled herp? My most handled herp, I honestly don't know. I have like a group that I hold more than the others, and that basically includes the, believe it or not, it actually includes the blood python, the retics, the green tree python, the Brazilian rainbow boa, the Dumeral's boa, the cave dwelling rat snake, the water cobra, the jaguar carpet. Pretty much I hold all my animals except for like the Kenyan sand boas and the viper boa. I don't like the viper boa. Like it's sick. I don't get me wrong, it's such a cool animal. I just don't like holding it because that thing just scares the crap out of me. I don't know why. On a daily basis, how much time do you spend on husbandry, cleaning, feeding, etc.? Probably about an hour or two a day, like on the minimum, just on a normal, just like nothing special day. I'll just kind of go through, spot clean, change waters, you know, clean a couple tanks really quick, and just hold some animals. So usually about an hour or two a day, and misting and all that stuff, you know. But on like a feeding day, it'll usually take me 4 or 5 hours to get all the feeding and everything done. And then, you know, just regular day also includes like feeding the frog, the water dragons, the gecko, the tortoise, the scorpion, all that, you know. What's your favorite snake and lizard? I cannot pick a favorite. I can't possibly pick a favorite. It's not gonna happen. What are you asking for from Santa? You would ask that, Brett. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess whatever I get. I don't really ask for stuff. I just kind of see what happens. I don't really want anything. I just kind of... Everything that I want, I just kind of end up working for and getting myself. Usually I just end up getting a bunch of like different like t-shirts and sweatshirts and like gift cards and money and stuff, which I'm 100% cool with. That's like all that I can really ask for that like I actually want, so that's all good. Did you know that the female hyena has a penis? You know, I think I heard it on Animal Planet at some point in time, but when I read that comment, I was like, that's a little weird. So I'm not sure. I might have it like buried in my consciousness somewhere, but as far as I know, I did not know that. If you can have any reptile for free and would have everything to take care of it for free, what would it be? No morphs. What would it be? Honestly, lace monitor. I would have a freaking just ridiculous lace monitor, and have a big old like probably quarter-acre outdoor enclosure for it. Big old pond and trees, and just it would be cool. That's like my dream. But yeah, that would be like the coolest thing ever. Are you planning on getting some lizards? I have lizards. I'm planning on getting more. I don't know why people don't think I have lizards. I guess people just don't watch my old videos because people seem to think that like half of my videos that I still have up are gone. Like they're there, you just have to scroll through and look at them. Alright. I have 2 leopard geckos, but my parents think I'm beginning to become obsessed. How do I pursue them to let me get more? Honestly, like when I did the whole convincing your parents thing, it was really more for people that weren't allowed to keep any reptiles, and it, like, if you've already got some, like, you might just be happy with what you've got, because there's a lot of people that aren't allowed to keep any. I mean, I'm extremely lucky to be able to keep all these, but you gotta understand that, like, parents, I mean, odds are your parents are the ones paying for it. They're probably, like, thinking that if you start to get too into it, you're not gonna do other things. You might bail out on some other hobbies or other things like that. It's tough. Like when having a hobby like reptiles it's definitely time consuming. It consumes a lot of your energy, a lot of your it takes away a lot from your other activities. So I mean, you might want to just kind of keep with what you got and just see what happens in the future, and just keep at it. I mean, like, that's all I can really tell you. How do you feel about having anacondas as pets? As pets? Oh man, I don't really think keeping an anaconda as a pet is a great idea for any person who's not like widely experienced with reptiles. I don't think people understand how strong anacondas are. Retics, worms, those are one thing. Anacondas, like a 10-foot anaconda is probably 5 times stronger than a 15-foot retic. Like, I don't think people understand this. Like, unless you actually hold an anaconda, they are so much stronger than any other of the big snakes. It's so hard to explain. Like the closest animal that I have that I can put in perspective to it is actually like a Brazilian rainbow boa. They're kind of in the same general family. And Brazilian rainbow boas, for their size, are incredibly strong. My Brazilian rainbow boa is easily stronger than my retic. by far, and that's how anacondas are, except to an even higher extreme. Anacondas can kill you. They're not like anything to be taken lightly. They really are for only the most experienced of keepers, and even then, I'm not 100% sure it's something that should be done. You can do it. I mean, by all means, I'm not against it in any way. I wouldn't go out and tell anyone to keep an anaconda, though. Me personally, I don't think I could handle an anaconda. I've been keeping reptiles for 15 years, and well, actually 16 now, and I still can't get over them. 20 now, but yeah, I don't think that I would be ready for an anaconda, to be honest. Not so much because they're like hard to care for. They're really not that hard to care for. They're harder than your typical snake, but it's more just their strength. I weigh like 130 pounds, alright? An anaconda will outweigh me, and at about probably 60 pounds will probably overpower me. Anacondas are outrageously strong. I don't really have that much help with my animals. I basically do everything on my own. I don't really have guy friends that are willing to help me with my stuff. Basically, the only thing I've got is my dad, and he doesn't really like the reptiles, so he'll help me if I really need it, but other than that, he kind of stays away. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes right now, so I don't think I would even keep an anaconda right now. So for all of you that are saying, ooh, I want to get an anaconda, it's kind of like that little thing, you know, on YouTube for some reason. I think Steve actually talked about this. Once he got an anaconda, he got the yellow anaconda, a bunch of people started asking him, oh, so what do I need to get for my own anaconda and stuff? And I got the question a lot about, after I made the video of the false water cobra. It seems like once people see a video of something, they automatically want it, and they don't really think about the consequences. They don't really think about the fact that they aren't ready to keep them. I know my viewers, the majority of my viewers are younger kids, and honestly, keeping an anaconda, false water cobra, bad idea. False water cobras they are rear fanged. They're not like your normal venomous, like, can kill you snake, but they can kill you. Their venom is potent enough to kill you if you screw up. If you sit there and let them chew on you or something and you have a bad reaction to it, they can kill you. It's not something to be messed around with. It's really something for people that have the experience and that know they can handle it, and it's really not anything to mess around with. I got a bunch of questions from people asking me, oh gee, so I'm gonna get a false water cobra, are they actually venomous and all this stuff? And it's like, yes, they are, but they're rear fanged. And then people hear rear fanged and they think, oh, it's just a hognose, basically. I don't know if any of you have ever been bitten by a hognose. An adult hognose bite hurts so bad. Oh my god, like if you've ever been bitten by an adult hognose, actually gets to envenomate you, it hurts so bad. Probably one of the most painful bites I've ever had, and I've been bitten by an adult emerald tree boa. Hognose hurt 10 times more, and I don't think people get that. Like, just because a snake is rear fanged doesn't mean that it can't kill you. Let me put that in perspective. The boom slang is rear fanged. I tried to find a loophole with the whole laws and everything. Went in and said like, oh, rear fang snakes are legal to keep in California. So I was like, boom slang, got it. I kept scrolling, kept reading down. It was like, excludes the boom slang. I was, damn it. Not that I would have actually kept it. It was just kind of, the whole finding a loophole would have been kind of cool. But yeah. And tegus too. Oh my god, people don't realize tegus can like take off fingers. Like everyone thinks tegus are like puppy dogs. After I got my tegu while back, I swear to god, it seemed like every person on YouTube got a tegu. I mean, I knew there were already people who had tegus, and I had wanted one for probably 5 years. But literally the second after I got mine, started making videos of it, probably 40 or 50 people just got tegus all of a sudden. I was just like, oh no, what did I do? Like, what did I start? So I don't know if it was 100% me, but it kind of seemed like it started a little chain there way back when, and now it's still kind of carrying on from there. Alright, you said you wanted everyone to get to know you in your new videos too, so what I want to know is what type of shampoo do you use, because your hair is beautiful and the envy is killing me. LOL. Well, thank you for stuff, I guess. And second, shampoo. Honestly, I basically, if I just go out and buy kind of whatever, I just kind of go look and be like, oh, that looks good, okay, in the cart. And that's kind of how it goes. I really don't pick anything in particular, and then when I don't, it's just kind of, in our house we just all basically use like whoever's shampoo, like I don't know why, like I'll go out and buy my own shampoo and everyone else will use it, I don't know why, but it's kind of just first come first serve, I guess, in this house. It's weird, I know. So basically I just kind of try and use whichever shampoo doesn't leave my hair smelling like strawberries. I try to avoid smelling like fruit. That's basically my rule of thumb for shampoos. That's basically it. So yeah. At what age did you become Jewish? You would ask that. I don't know why. It must be my curly hair. No, I'm not Jewish. I'm really not. Christmas is in like 2 weeks. I'm celebrating Christmas. I'm not Jewish. I'm really not. Sorry. Okay, what are your future breeding plans, and have you got plans to pick up any more animals anytime soon? Don't know what my future breeding plans are. I'm just kind of going to breed whatever I can and not breed whatever I don't feel like breeding. I really don't have any set plans. I just kind of keep my animals, and if I decide to breed them eventually, that's what I do. That's basically how my breeding plans go. I'm not a breeder. I don't really focus too much on the breeding. I'm more focused on just having the animals and enjoying the animals. And breeding kind of comes as like a little kind of side track, kind of little perk that comes off to the side that you can just kind of have a little bit more fun with. It's really nothing more than that to me. It's just something to have fun with, learn a little bit more about the animals, and like kind of test my knowledge of the animals by seeing if I can mimic their natural habitat and behaviors and everything enough to breed them. That's kind of what breeding is to me. And then, do you plan on picking up any animals anytime soon? Yes, I do. I plan on picking up a ton of different things. What I will actually get of those things, I do not know, and I guess you guys will just keep watching to find out. Honestly, I know just as little as you do as far as what I'm picking up next. How are your animals doing? They're all alive, I think. No, I'm totally kidding. They're all doing completely fine. People seem to think if I don't show an animal for a while, it just means that it's like dead. Not really. I just don't show certain animals a lot because they're not like, they're either not easy to show, or they're just really, there's not much to show about them, you know. They just don't do much, or they are hard to film, or I just haven't made a video of them. Like a lot of them, I don't really have any good reason for not making a video. I just haven't. But yeah, I have 3 questions. What type of racks do you use, and what are your favorite reptile, and what type of music do you like? Okay. What kind of racks do I use? These 3 racks, crappy homemade racks that are going to be going, and I'm going to replace them all with cages. I do not like racks. I genuinely hate racks. That rack back there is a boa type hatchling type rack type thing. I don't know. It holds babies. Yeah. But yeah, that's what that is. I probably will get like 1 or 2 more of those and stack them, and then I want to get like a like either boa like 41 quart rack, or like a either either AVS or ARS, whatever the hell it is, or Freedom Breeder, rack for just like adult ball pythons, and that would be all the only animals that basically are gonna go in racks are the ball pythons. And you know, like newborn babies, that's why I'm gonna have the hatchling racks. Okay, well, what are your favorite reptile? Favorite reptile, I honestly don't know. Probably like my most desired reptile is probably either like a Grand Cayman blue iguana, but you know that'll never happen because it can't. And then probably lace monitors, like one of my, yeah, it's probably like one of my favorites. But they're really, really hard to find, like a good like captive bred specimen in the US. And I don't think you can export them from, I don't think they can export them here from Australia, so kind of have to just see what happens in the future, and hopefully I'll get one. What do you think of crested geckos? I love crested geckos. I don't know, I think they're really sick. There's a lot of people that just hate on crested geckos. I don't know why. I honestly really, really think they're pretty sick. I would have a bunch of them if I could right now. I plan on making this entire kind of wall here a bunch of like glass cages, and I kind of plan on having maybe like 3 or 4 like exoterras set up with crested geckos in them if I can. Should be really cool. So, yeah. Okay. Another page done. Alright. Who are your best YouTube friends? You would ask that. You guys know who you are. Let's put it that way. If I sit there and talk to you like more than once a week, you're one of my better friends on YouTube. I don't really, I mean, like, I'm not really, like some of you I actually consider like friends. Some of you I've met in real life, some of you I haven't, but you guys know who you are. When are we going to see Gorilla again? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was there, I was like right by, well, I was at the Warfield, I saw, what did I see at the Warfield? What was that? Can't remember. What was it? So Led Zeppelin, Jason Bonham Led Zeppelin experience, I think was the last time I was at the Warfield. They weren't there. He wasn't there, man. He wasn't there, I'm pissed. I don't know. He said that he would be hanging around there all the time, but I didn't see him. We'll have to look for him. We'll just book it around the city and hopefully not get butt raped again. No, hopefully not get butt raped again. Like, not like we didn't get butt raped. You know what I mean. That was a weird day. Okay, we were all over San Francisco. We have footage of it all, and us sitting there like lost in like weird parts of San Francisco. And for those of you who know anything about San Francisco, there are some really weird parts of San Francisco. You know, we're sitting there chilling on Market Street at like, what, midnight? The wrong place to be at midnight. Not a good place to be at midnight in the city. Bad plan on our part. Basically my fault. Okay, ask me about my wiener. What about your wiener? Do I want to know? Okay. I have a question. What's your major in college? Right now, biology. I have to have a biology major because I'm going for my AA right now. Well, my BA. I'm going for my BA, but right now I'm trying to get my associates. I'm at a community college. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have to try and just get my associates and see what happens from there. I'm going to try and transfer. I'm basically right now I have a major in biology, but I also have a major in like graphics and video. So I have majors all over the place. So it's kind of tough. And then I'm also trying to get all my mechanics stuff done. So it's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do, so it's tough. Sorry if you get offended by this, but do you smoke weed? Don't get mad. That doesn't bother me at all. Honestly, I'm from Cali. I have straight up hippie hair. I listen to like old school, like freaking 60s, 70s hippie music. I mean, I have lung problems. All the signs point to it. I get it, I know, but no, I really don't. At least, no. We'll just go with no. How many animals do you currently have, and what was the most you ever had? Oh, man, I don't keep count of my animals, so we'll find out really quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 48. 48. That's how many I have right now, and most I've ever had was, I don't know, more than that. I don't keep count. I don't like keep track of how many animals I have. I just have them, take care of them, and it's basically as simple as that. How long did it get you? Oh wow, I'm skipping ones. Okay, how much do you spend on reptiles a year? I don't know. On reptiles alone, I don't know. Like just on the animals, like buying animals, I have no idea on like how much I spend all around, like on food, lighting, heating, supplies, animals, caging, everything. I easily spend more than 10 grand a year on reptiles. How long did it take for you to get all your animals? Well, as of right now, like the animals I have right now, for those of you who've been watching me for a while, I had my water dragons probably about 5 years ago, and all the animals that I currently have been since then, so about 5 years for me to get what I have right now. Okay, wow, that is one list. What you getting for Christmas? I don't know. I don't, whatever people give me. Are you getting bored of reptiles yet? No. I have 48 reptiles. No. What's your favorite clothes brand? Whatever fits me and doesn't make me look stupid. I don't know. Like, I mean, most of my t-shirts are from concerts and stuff, but I really don't have a favorite clothes brand. Any other hobbies? Yeah, ton of other hobbies, but oh man, music for one. Play music, go to concerts, play guitar, keyboard, bass, a little bit drums. Not really that great drums. A couple beats. That's about it. Video games, movies, photography. Skating, longboarding, snowboarding, skimboarding, parasurfing, cars, obviously. I mean, downhill biking. I don't really do the whole BMX thing. I'm more into the whole mountain biking. But yeah, I mean, I'm into a lot more than just reptiles. It's just over the years, it's been hard to stay a part of all of them at once. You know, it's kind of tough to be a part of all the hobbies at once. And I just recently kind of found out that I'm gonna be getting back into the whole martial arts thing, which should be pretty sick. Kind of found out in a pretty cool way. So, and I actually also found out that some of my animals might be in a music video, which is pretty sick. Might be working with, well, I think Ronnie Montrose, for anybody who knows who that is producing the video that I'm going to be doing this with Ronnie Montrose, Gamma, you know, all that. Anybody that's, you know, over, like, probably 30 might remember that, right, know who he is. I I listen to old music. I get it. Like I don't listen to the top 20 poo-poo music. I'm not even gonna start. I hate all the new stuff that's mostly garbage. Auto-tuning doesn't make it so you can sing. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. What's your dream job? I don't know. Something that could tie in my love for reptiles with my love for photography, with my love for video making, with my love for cars, with, you got the idea. Basically something that ties everything together, and then, you know, having it something that I can support myself and support my hobbies would also be very nice. I don't really want to be like a billionaire or anything. I kind of just want to be able to support my animals, support what I love, you know, be able to stay with all my hobbies, you know. That's basically all that I want from my life, and I want to kind of make a difference as far as the world goes and reptiles and everything. So if I could do that in my job, that would be very cool. How many reptiles in total do you have and plan on having in the future? 48. I just counted it. And then having in the future, I don't know. I don't really have a set plan. I just kind of, as opportunities arise, I get what I can. What's your favorite childhood memory? Favorite childhood memory? Probably way back when I don't know if I told you guys this. A while back, I remember I told you guys probably my favorite movie was Toy Story. Way back when I was probably, what, in like kindergarten, first grade, something like that. My dad picked me up from school, and I had no idea what was going on. He surprised me and brought me to go see Toy Story when it came out in theaters. So yeah, I guess that's probably one of my favorite childhood memories. I mean, like, my parents never did stuff like that for me, so like that was like totally like out of the blue, just like random, just really cool thing. And I guess I just always kind of remember that as just a really cool little thing that happened, you know. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite memories, and you know, that's kind of had like a weird little tie with Toy Story ever since then. You know, Toy Story 3 was amazing. Just saying, already got it Blu-ray. It's so sick. Fave Christmas and why? Honestly, I'm not sure. My favorite Christmas was probably just a Christmas that any Christmas is cool. You just get to spend time with your family without all the worries and all the other just BS and all the other stuff. You know, it's just kind of chill time. You know, everyone just gets to hang out at home, be home. You know, and everything's good. That's about it. Are hognoses hard to care for? Can they be beginner snakes out at the Kenyan sands? Oh man, God, all these questions I'm gonna have to spend like 10 minutes answering. Hognoses are not hard to care for. I wouldn't recommend them for beginners, much for the same reason as I would for Kenyan sand boas. They both are very, very easy to take care of. They are both small. They both basically seem like they would be perfect for a new keeper, but as your very first reptile, I say terrible idea. For the most part, hognoses and Kenyan sand boas tend to be very spazzy. Well, Kenyan sand boas tend to be very spazzy and unpredictable, and for a beginning keeper, having a very unpredictable snake that is hard to read is a bad idea. One of the biggest parts of getting into reptiles and learning about reptiles is learning how to read your animals, learning how to predict what they're thinking, what they're going to do, all these things. And with a Kenyan sand boa, that is extremely difficult to do. Basically, they can do anything at any time. Most animals can, but Kenyan sand boas, in my experience, I mean, I have like 15 of them, so I do have a little bit of experience with them. They can be not the animals that you want to start out with. If you already have had one snake, by all means, Kenyan sand boas all the way, go for it. But as of your first animal, I really don't think a Kenyan sand boa is your best bet. Nothing against them. I think they're awesome. I love them. They're so cool. But as a first animal, I really don't think it's a great idea. Hognoses are kind of the same idea, except rather than them being spazzy and unpredictable, they're more just really intimidating as beginner snakes. They will hiss, they will puff, they will mock strike. They will do just about everything to scare you away from touching them, and then usually when you pick them up, they're perfectly fine. But as a beginning keeper, those little things scare you. You do not want to pick up a snake that's in there striking at you, hissing at you, looking all angry. Most beginning keepers, that is going to intimidate them and ruin basically their experience with reptiles, because they have that beginning bad experience. And hey, cool, the boa just yawned. But yeah, that just kind of ruins your experience with reptiles if you have a bad experience like that at the very beginning of keeping them. And also, hognoses are really, like, when they're babies, they're really small. Like, they're hard to handle, they're hard to work with, and they are really just kind of not your best bet for a first snake. Beginner snake, yes. First snake, no. Yeah. Okay. Going up. Alright. Which animals do you like more? Green tree python or an emerald tree boa? Have you ever thought about getting an emerald tree boa? I also remembered you saying in your past videos that you were going to get a green tree or a tree monitor. What happened to that? I honestly, between green tree pythons and emerald tree boas, I probably like green tree pythons more, simply because I think there's more variety in green tree pythons. So that is just about the only reason between the two that I like the green tree pythons more. I know there's a bunch of morphs and everything of both now, but as far as the green tree pythons go, there's just, even between the different localities of green tree pythons, there's so much variety between them. I know emerald tree boas, you have more the northerns, you have the Amazon basins, you have all that. I still don't think that it's, I mean, I love emerald tree boas. I love them to death. I think they're so cool. And I do plan on getting, once that answers the second little part, I plan on getting a couple. But I still, for some reason, they just don't do it for me like green tree pythons do. And then I do not remember saying that I was like guaranteed getting a tree monitor. I think way back when in my future plans video, like when I designed the room and everything, I think I said like I might, like if this happened and this didn't happen or whatever, I might get a green tree monitor or a blue tree monitor or something. But I'm not 100% sure. I really don't think I ever said that I was getting one for sure. I think I just said I might want one in the future, which I still do want one, but the odds of me getting one are very slim as of right now. If you can point out where I said it, that would be really cool, because I honestly don't remember saying it, but I mean, you guys are the viewers, so you guys probably know better than I do. I don't remember half the stuff I say. Do you reckon if you sold all your reptiles, you would be a millionaire? No. Not at all. Selling reptiles doesn't, people seem to think like reptiles, like when people get into reptiles for the right reasons and then learn about breeding and basically learn about all the things that can come with reptiles if you start breeding them, and they start thinking of the money. Honestly, the amount of money that you make for reptiles, unless it's on a huge scale, it's not going to be a profit. And I think the second that you start worrying about if it's a profit or not, then you have animals for the wrong reasons. These are living, breathing animals, and if you have them for profit, then you should not have them. And I honestly think a lot of people have lost sight of why they originally started keeping reptiles, and I think as you grow up, you kind of learn that more. But I think a lot of people end up losing that touch that they used to have, and then you know, become breeders and worried. It almost just becomes a job for you rather than being fun and rather than being about the animals. And I don't want to get to that point, so yeah. Okay, and for the record, being a millionaire, like, in today's society, at least being a millionaire, like, I don't know what the big hype about being a millionaire is, I don't know. Really, not that big of a deal. What do you want to do for a job the rest of your life? I've already answered that. How much longer are you hoping to make YouTube videos? As long as I feel like it, and as long as like I can do it, and as long as people don't freaking just drive me crazy. How much longer are you hoping to own reptiles? As long as the rest of my life, probably. I want to be around and working with reptiles my entire life if I can. Okay, so now we've got a couple more. Alright. If you won $1 million, what would be the top 3 things you would buy? Honestly, I don't think I could buy 3 things with $1 million. My top, I would buy 1 thing with $1 million, and that would be a down payment on a house in Portola Valley, which is kind of a house. It's a town a little farther away from me right now, still basically centrally located, right in between everything in the Bay Area, but also it's a lot more nature oriented. You're living more in the country rather than living in the suburbs like I am right now. I hate the suburbs, I hate the city, I hate all that, but I like being able to go to them. I don't want to live in them, I want to farther, like, away. People seem just, like, things are just cooler there. That's where my, that's actually where my vet is. That's where, I don't know, that's just where I, like, my dream is to basically live there as I grow up, have nice house there, and have a bunch of land where I can have all my animals, have kind of a ranch kind of thing, you know. That's kind of a little dream of mine. You guys are getting a little insight of CavaJason. I'm getting my first reptile in the next week, so my mom said I'll have a Leo or a bearded dragon. I will be allowed to get more in October, and okay, I'm like freaking going blind and shut up. Okay, bearded dragon, hands down, no question. Okay. End question. That's basically it. That's my answer. 100% bearded dragon. Do not get a leopard gecko. I don't see the point in getting a leopard gecko over bearded dragon. Bearded dragons are 10 times cooler in my opinion. Sorry to any of you who don't think so. I'm just not into leopard geckos, and I really think bearded dragons are so much cooler. What kind of hatchling rack is that in the back? Boa file hatchling type rack. Baby holder. What is the #1 animal you want in the future? Lace monitor. Our emerald tree boa bites bad, like mechanical damage wise. Okay, well I already when I was a lot younger, I went to a reptile store, and I was probably like 12 or something. This is probably my first like bad snake bite. Go to the reptile store, pull out an emerald tree boa, you know, I'm just holding some old emerald tree boa, have it on my arm, it's just chilling, you know, I'm just like, oh, that's so sick, and the thing just goes, oh, boom, right from my shoulder, and I flip out, I'm just like, ah, get it up, and the thing, like, it's like tooth got caught in me, like, and it started trying to pull away, so it was like tearing my skin open, I was like, ah. And for anybody who doesn't know, emerald tree boas have the largest teeth of any non-venomous snake. They are literally like 1 inch long. They're freaking crazy. It hurts. Like, they're like cat teeth. Like, they literally are like cat-sized teeth. They're huge. They hurt. Mechanical damage, I guess if you got bit bad enough, you could have mechanical damage. I didn't. I mean, it hurt a lot, but I mean, that was about it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about mechanical damage. But yeah, they are usually nasty bites. Like, if you can avoid getting bit by emerald tree boas, avoid it. Try not to get bit by them. It's not a good plan. What are your thoughts on... wow, I'm skipping stuff again. Do you have any breeding plans? If so, show us the pairings. I do not have breeding plans. Honestly, My breeding plans as of right now, breeding the 2 retics. I only have 2, so male, female, go, good, done. That's kind of how it goes. That's basically my only like surefire breeding plan. My others are just with ball pythons. As far as what I want to breed to, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna see what happens in the future. Not really that worried about it. I'm just kind of see what happens. Okay. What are your thoughts on Ackie monitors? I love Ackie monitors. I really want a trio of Ackie monitors. I think a lot of people overlook them. It seems like people would rather have a larger monitor than a smaller, more social monitor, which I mean is fine, but I really think Ackie monitors are probably one of your more social, pretty intelligent little monitors that can be a ton of fun if you have them in groups too, because they actually are kind of communal and stuff. They will do very well in groups. Do you still have your mole snake? Yes, I have 2. I have them both. I don't know why people think I don't have stuff that I do. Children pythons make good beginner pets, and how big do they get? Children pythons, as far as I know, get from like what? From like 2 to 4 feet. They don't get very big. 2 feet being a pretty small specimen. 4 feet being a larger specimen. But I don't know. Like you can find a 5-foot children's python, but the odds of it happening are pretty slim. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know that much about children's pythons. I've never really looked into them. I'm really not that interested in them. As far as them being good beginner pets, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not the person to ask. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to give you guys any false information. So kind of threw out what I think about it. But as far as beginner pets, they seem like they're small. They're pretty small. They're not like, as far as I know, they're not overly nasty or anything, so I mean I don't see why they wouldn't be really decent pets, but I don't know if they're great beginners. Would you think a BRB would like a live terrarium or with water like a paludarium? Honestly, my Brazilian rainbow boa doesn't spend a whole ton of time in its water unless it's shedding. They do really like the high humidity though. You do have to keep that humidity up. And in a live vivarium, keeping humidity with live plants is extremely easy. As far as keeping a live vivarium with a Brazilian rainbow boa, I'm not sure how that would work out because they tend to be kind of destructive. They like to burrow and tear everything apart basically. So I'm not sure how it would work out for you. By all means, it's all you. I don't know if you're Brazilian rainbow boa or if you even have one right now. If it like prefers being in the water all the time, then I would say go with a paludarium. But I don't think mine would work very well in either. But I mean, it's all up to you. Okay, what's your holy grail of the reptile world for you, Jason? Lice monitor. Like, I wouldn't say it's really the holy grail, but it's like probably like my #1 thing that I've wanted for so long. Just, I don't know, there's just nothing seems like they compare to it to me. It's just like that one thing that, I mean, I know everyone else has their own probably things that they think are way cooler. For me, I don't know why, lace monitors just seem like that one thing that is just cooler than everything else to me. Do you have any plans or thoughts on getting a monitor lizard? I think that just kind of answered that. Yes, I really want my monitor. I plan on getting it soon. I plan on getting a couple. How many reptiles do you own? 48. We counted earlier. What can you play on guitar? Plenty of stuff. I've been playing for 14 years. Long enough to play probably just about anything that I want to if I practice playing it enough. Like, I mean, if I practice enough, there's not much that I would say that I can't play if I really like worked on it and tried. But yeah, there obviously is stuff out there that if you just handed me a piece of music and I would look like a fool. But if I practiced it and like actually worked on it, I could probably play most things. At least we'll go with that. I play everything from metal, classical, well, like kind of more. I don't know why. I just really like old Spanish classical guitar. I don't know why. It's just like that's really cool to me. Play a lot of blues, that kind of stuff. So, and then just basically I mix everything up, and yeah. And I think I missed a question a little while back. It was like, what kind of music you like? I like everything, really, honestly. The only thing I really don't listen to a ton is the whole like pop, hip hop. I actually will listen to rap, more like old school kind of, more kind of underground stuff. Not really like the whole, not really into the whole mainstream scene, you know. But yeah, I'll basically listen to everything at certain times. I have no problem with hip hop or pop. I just, on my own, I don't tend to listen to it. I'll listen to it with friends or when I'm at parties or at a club or something. Yeah, sure, that's what's going to be playing. They're going to be playing crappy top 20 auto-tune. We can't sing, but we can fix our voices in the studio music. Yeah. Do you ever think of getting hots? Oh, touchy subject. Alright, no. I have in the past, but as far as getting hots, I see absolutely no reason to keep hots unless you are doing any sort of scientific research on them. This whole, I'm going to keep a bunch of hots and breed them so there will be more hots for other people to keep and get bitten by, is a bad idea. Unless you are doing scientific research on hots and you are actually doing some sort of good for the animals or for humanity with them, there is no reason to keep them. I honestly do not see the point. It seems to me that people want to keep them so they seem like it's kind of like the big snake thing. It's kind of like, if I keep hots I'll look cool or whatever. There are exceptions, but I really don't think keeping hots is necessary. And for me, I don't plan on doing it. I plan on working with hots in the future. I'm right now trying to become a herpetologist, so you know, hots are going to be part of my life. I'm going to work with hots. I'm not going to own any as pets though, and I don't plan on breeding hots unless it's part of some sort of conservation effort or something along those lines. There are only a few people here on YouTube that I actually respect that work with hots, and some I really don't. I'll throw out a name of one that I think is probably the best here on YouTube as far as hots go, and they will basically tell you that it's not necessary to keep as pets. They're not animals to be kept as pets, and they're probably one of the most experienced people in the world with venomous reptiles, and that would be Kentucky Reptile Zoo. Go check them out. It's KY Reptile Zoo. You can donate to them. They are a fantastic organization. They're one of the biggest reptile zoos. I think they're the biggest reptile zoo in the country, and they're one of the biggest in the world as well. So definitely go check them out. They're fantastic people. They really, really are about the animals and education of the animals and all scientific research and everything about them. So those are the kind of people that deserve to keep hots and work with them, in my opinion. Okay. Keep going. Okay, who's your biggest role model on YouTube, or who has gotten you to keep making vids? Honestly, this is gonna sound kinda like arrogant, but I don't really have a role model on YouTube. Like, I didn't like come on YouTube and be like, ooh, I want to be like that person. Like, when I started out on YouTube, like the big people on YouTube were like Fred, like tools like that. Like, I mean, like, I don't I'm not a comedian. I don't want to. There were no like big time like people that I looked up to on YouTube. I had friends. I had people that were more knowledgeable than I was, but whether they were my role models, I don't really think. They were more just friends that I learned from, and I think we picked stuff up from each other, and they're just more cool people that shared my hobby. And probably one of the first people was, some of you guys might remember Herpboy FLA. He was actually one of the first people that you could say I somewhat, I guess, looked up toward a little, not really looked up toward, but kind of, appreciated what he did more than most people, because he actually was about the animals. You know, he really knew what he was talking about, whereas a lot of people don't on YouTube. He was one of those people that I highly respected more than most. But as far as who was my role model for YouTube, I don't really have a YouTube role model. I didn't come on YouTube being like, oh my god, I want to be like that person or whatever, you know. There's no real people on YouTube that I can look up to. Most of the people on YouTube are not like good role models. Like that, that's the way I see it, though. Basically, it's a whole different situation. My role models came from off of YouTube, and I kind of brought my passion and my beliefs and my education and stuff to YouTube. I mean, as far as reptiles go, I was one of the first people to be on YouTube with reptiles. Like we had like our first probably like 20 people or whatever who started it like 5 years back, or no, like four and a half probably. Yeah, I mean, like I was part of that whole scene, you know, and that was way back when. Okay. And who has gotten you to keep making vids? Me. Honestly, the only reason I keep making videos is because I enjoy making videos. That's about it. How close are you to completing your must-have or most desired animals in your collection, and what are you missing? I don't know. I'm just kind of getting what I want, and I'm not close at all. I mean, if I had my all my most desired and most wanted animals, I would have a zoo. That's kind of how it goes. I'm never going to have all the animals that I want. It's not really possible, and it's not really anything. I really don't want to have all the animals that I want. It's more of a kind of different thing for me. Then how close? Not close. And what am I missing? Lots of stuff. Alright. Okay. What is your first reptile, and is it still alive? Please give a shit. Yeah, no, that's not good. Okay, what is your first reptile, and is it still alive? No, my first reptile was a garter snake when I was like 4. And I don't know if it's still alive. I don't have it anymore, but garter snakes can live for... yeah, I doubt it's still alive. It could be, though. Okay. How do I get into reptiles and amphibian courses at university level? Do you know universities that have herp courses? Work your ass off. That is basically the only way to get into the courses at a university level. I'm not sure where you're from. I'm from the United States, and some of the best schools that you're going to go to are going to be like Humboldt, University of Florida. By me, I've got Berkeley, I've got UC Davis, I've got a bunch of schools by me. I've heard Arizona has a herp program. I mean, there's a ton of places that have herp programs. Whether or not you're going to actually be able to get into the programs is dependent on how hard you work toward it, and then whether or not you're going to get from them what you actually want is another thing. And then programs depend and they vary on different things. Like some programs, you're not like actually taking a herp program at the school. You have to get your master's, and then from there go on and do kind of a apprenticeship type thing with a herpetologist, which is a whole nother route. Okay, what do I need to breed my Pueblan Milky? Another Pueblan Milky of the opposite sex, and research. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, have you ever thought about using live plants in a cage? I only use live plants in my cages. You can find a list of safe plants online somewhere. Yes, I know you can. I have used live plants in the past. I don't use them in all my cages because I feel that it is stupid to use live plants in the kinds of cages that I have. I use them in vivariums, and things like that, where it's a little different. It's not the cages aren't really in as much. God, I don't even know how to put it, but like my animals that I have, the fake plants, thrash their cages. They poop all over everything. They dig, destroy everything, and cleaning is enough of a pain with the plastic plants without having to worry about live plants and cleaning and stuff. I as you heard, I have 48 reptiles. Having live plants in 48 cages would be like caring for 100 reptiles, basically. Having that extra little bit of work added on is just not gonna happen. I plan on having vivariums, but not live plants in all my cages. I would have it specific to certain cages. That's about it. Have you gotten any new lizards, and you like African fat-tailed geckos? Oh, and can you... I don't know. I have no idea what that says. Fire your laser bar. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm stupid. But, okay, have you gotten any new lizards? No, I have not gotten any new lizards that you guys don't already know about. Do I like African fat-tailed geckos? Yeah, I think they're pretty sick, but I don't plan on getting any of my own. Much like leopard geckos, they're just kind of, to me, I kind of see them as little picky, pain-in-the-butt ball pythons with legs. They basically do nothing, and they're just more work. That's kind of the way I see them. Ball pythons as well, just basically do nothing, but they're not as much work. Okay, please stop deleting your vids. It's pissing me off. I haven't deleted a vid in like months, so I don't know why. I just did that one big spur of deleting almost all my videos, but all my videos are still up that I've had posted for quite a while. So I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Alright, and then let's go to the messages, and that should cover it. Oh my god. Okay. Is it okay to cage... Oh no, okay, we'll go. Hi, Jason, I see your vids all the time. I noticed that you don't have any spiders. Is this your preference, or have you not thought about getting tarantulas before? John. Well, I have had tarantulas in the past. I've had tree spiders. I've had a bunch of stuff. As of right now, my mom is scared to death of spiders. She hates them. She got bit by a brown recluse when I was a little kid, and it wasn't mine, but she got bit by a brown recluse and was hospitalized, and it was pretty bad, and just everything kind of since then she's been scared of them. So yeah, since then I really haven't gotten any. I want to kind of get back into it though. I kind of was just about to get into the pokies and stuff, but I never really took that little step. but I might in the near future try and get some Avix and stuff like that soon, and just kind of see what happens and try and kind of build up a tea collection again, because I did really like them, but it was a different thing. Okay, it's okay to cage 2 female boas together. You could. I don't know. I never really like housing multiple animals together. Housing females together is most of the time okay. I assume you're talking about like Colombian boas or something, and that's usually would be completely fine. But if you have the ability not to, I don't think you should. Honestly, it's just having them together, it can create problems that are unnecessary to put on the table, basically. You don't have to create the problems if you just leave them in separate cages. Okay. Are you planning on buying some lizards? If yes, what kinds? I plan on getting bunch of different lizards. I plan on getting some leaf-tailed geckos, crested geckos, gargoyle geckos, tokay geckos. I plan on getting some different monitors. I plan on getting some agamids, and just various other, basically, I really kind of want a blue-tongued skink too. I don't know why. And then I kind of want to get maybe a, probably like a blue iguana, rock iguana mix or something like that if I can. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of the idea that I'm kind of trying to head right now. And then if I want to get my lychee, and then my, like, really want to get a prehensile-tailed skink eventually at some point, and like Cayman lizards. Oh, there's so many things I want, guys. Come on. Are you going to the Reptile Expo in Manchester? I think that's probably New Hampshire in April. I could be completely retarded, and that could actually be in UK, and I'm just really stupid, but no, I'm not. I don't go to Reptile Expos outside of California as of right now. Maybe in the future I will. As of right now, I do not have the money to spend to go flying around the country enjoying myself at Reptile Expos. I'm not a breeder. I just make YouTube videos, and I have a reptile collection. But there has been some talk of kind of the Cali herpers setting up tables at some of these next shows. So yeah, that's kind of might happen here pretty soon. We might be having tables set up at like the NAREC show in Anaheim in 2011, maybe some other shows and stuff. We'll see what happens in the future. And then that's actually, that calls it, guys. So that's about it. I have to finish packing because I'm going to Disneyland tomorrow for basically like 4 or 5 days, hitting Disneyland, you know, and then back up to the Bay, and like 2 weeks later going back down to LA for the Pomona show. So if you guys are going to be at the Pomona show, hit me up. Most of you guys have my number that go. Don't ask other people for my number. That's weird. Most of them aren't going to give it to you, so don't try. Alright, but yeah, guys, that's kind of it. And yeah, that should answer most of your questions. If you guys have more, feel free to leave them on comments on my videos. Anytime you have a question, feel free to send it to me as a message or anything. I am happy to answer questions, and I got some cleaning and feeding and stuff to do right now. So, peace out, guys.